years ago when I was working a corporate job, a senior job in Midtown. Before that, I was working in Europe for a number of years. But then everything changed with a simple plastic cup. So I was once on a plane with a friend, enjoying my complimentary glass of water. And I was thirsty, so I asked for a refill. The flight attendant came over, and she was really nice, and went to get a new cup of water for me. And I quickly corrected her. No, she didn't need to give me a new cup. I already had one. And she said, "Oh no, she had to give me a new cup because germs could spread. There could be like outbreak on the plane if perchance the nozzle of the bottle were to touch the rim of this cup." So my mind was like quickly flooded with like images of like plastic cups taking over planet Earth, and I tried to tell this poor flight attendant that this was so inefficient and it was just nonsensical, and that she should just let me use my same cup. She wouldn't, and I got a new plastic cup because I was thirsty. However, I did continue to express my frustrations to my friend who was stuck on the plane with me. Feel bad for her. And she simply said, "Robyn, if this bothers you so much, then do something about it." So I decided not to spend my life fighting airlines' policies on plastic cups, but I did decide to use my energy for the greater good. The simple plastic cup, set up a wave of new changes in my life. And, I think we need to listen to life and to listen to these small things and sort of extrapolate what this can mean for each of us. So, the issues that were sort of challenging my mind at the time, I had recently moved back from Europe, and I was sort of very disconnected with how much access we had to nature in our urban lives, and I had seen so many positive examples in Europe, and I knew that could happen here. I was also interested in projects that had sort of a nod to the future. I didn't want to work on something that I didn't feel like would have relevance tomorrow. So, I did what I felt like was a radical decision at the time, and I left my corporate job and I set out to learn rooftop farming in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I'm clearly really happy doing rooftop farming. I think I collected one of the first eggs of the season there, and at the farm I was tending to the chickens, harvesting herbs and vegetables, leading educational programming, really whatever the season called for. And shortly after I was there, I started working on the Lowline, and then I ended up being on the Lowline full time. And 4 years later, I haven't looked back. Well, I actually have looked back, and I have second-guessed a lot of the things along the way. There was no guarantees with what I was doing, and at first it was really fun and exciting to try something new. But then reality set in. Maybe the Lowline was too ambitious. It was too far out there for anyone to take it seriously and have this project get the traction that it needed to be possible. And even if we were going to build the Lowline one day, it might take over a decade to build. And doing that, I'd be taking myself out of this sort of career path that I worked so long and hard to build. So to me, what's really driven me is a lot of common sense. In our city, we have thousands of tall buildings with underutilized rooftops. Why not use this in a more productive way, such as rooftop farming? And in our city, we have acres and acres of abandoned land, not just on street level, but beneath it. In New York City itself, we have over 13 acres of abandoned land. And that's really our mission from the Lowline, is to think about how to use this space and transform it to sort of solve some of today's issues. The sort of common sense check that I've used to really direct everything that I do in life is a really simple equation. Look at what makes me happy and just try to do more of that, and look at what makes me unhappy and try to do less of that. And it's really hard, I sort of do try to use that. It's like us who complicates things. We find ourselves going back to things which aren't making us happy, and you have to ask yourself, why are you doing that? So it's sort of as simple as that equation is, it's sometimes hard, or many times hard for us to follow. So there's this quote that has really, stuck with me for a while by Howard Thurman, and he says, don't ask what the world needs, ask yourself what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because what the world needs is people that come alive.